Hello, I'm Betsy Bailey, School and Community Coordinator for Searcy School District. We are very pleased you have chosen Searcy Public Schools as your education provider. We believe you'll find our teachers and administrators to be helpful, and please do not hesitate to ask questions if needed. We have many registration forms that must be completed in order for you to enroll in Searcy Public Schools. Please listen carefully as we go over all the documentation you are required to provide. Again, we welcome you to Searcy Public Schools, where we're always striving for educational excellence. The first form that we would like to make you aware is our form that tells you how to connect with Searcy Public Schools. In fact, we have our website, searcyschools.org, our Facebook account, Searcy Public Schools, and our Twitter account, @Searcy Schools. Each campus, Searcy High School, Off Junior High School, Southwest Middle School, McRae, Sidney Diener, and Westside have their own pages as well. We encourage you to look at this information to keep up to date on various events on our campuses. As far as registration goes, there are many forms that you must fill out. For new student registration, we ask that you bring the following materials. Proof of residence. That could be a current utility bill, which is water, gas, or electricity, with a physical address and the parent name. We also ask that it not be a disconnect notice. This needs to be a current proof of residence. Our second item that is needed is immunization records. That's when your child has last had their shots and immunization so that they can attend our campuses. The third item that you must need is a birth certificate for your student who is enrolling in Searcy School District. We need the Social Security card. And we need, if you are coming into the campus as a new student, a copy of the last report card. We need all records sent to Searcy Public Schools. Finally, if a student has an IEP, a copy will be needed for scheduling purposes. The next form deals with just kindergarten students. Beginning with the 2003-2004 enrolling kindergarten class, the State Department of Education required us to report on students that have been enrolled in a 4-year-old preschool. We will need to know if your child has been in that preschool form, and we ask that you please fill out the information as needed. Your child's name, the type of preschool program that was attended. Was it an ABC program, an early childhood special education program, Even Start, Head Start, public school preschool, a private preschool, and please list the name of that. Any other type of preschool program that your child may have been enrolled, please fill that out for all kindergarten students entering Searcy Public Schools. Additionally, any student who may be entering kindergarten in the Searcy Public Schools must have a physical examination completed by a medical provider. If your child has not had a complete physical examination within the last 2 years, the examination must be performed within 90 days of your child's registration. It must be obtained by the physician of your choice. If your child participated in HIPPY or Head Start in the program for the last 2 years, the physical that was performed during that time is accepted. You will find the kindergarten physical form that you will need to take with you to your medical provider. If you object to having your child have a physical performed, you must fill out this physical examination exemption form that includes your child's name, date of birth, grade level, social security number. Pursuant to Arkansas Code annotated 618701, I hereby object to my child undergoing a physical examination as required for kindergarten admittance. And now, At this time, I will go over with you the enrollment forms and all of the items that you will be required to complete upon enrolling your child into Searcy School District. You must fill out the form with the child's first name, middle name, and last name. Include the birth date, a nickname if the child has one. Describe whether your child is male or female. Include the Social Security number, and let us know if you are of Hispanic or Latina ethnicity. You will need to include your race by marking the correct race: American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian, Black or African American, Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, or white. If there are any additional races, you may check the included race. We will need a physical address, a student mailing address. We will need you to list your parent or guardian name, the relationship to the student, your language of correspondence within the home, your mailing address, city, state, and zip code, and your email if it does apply. We will need a second guardian listed on the enrollment form. We will need to know how your child will be coming to and from school. Will your child be riding one of our school buses? Will you be bringing your child yourself? Will a daycare be bringing and picking up your child at school? We will need your birth certificate number and whether your child is residing with someone who is on active military duty or in the reserves. We will need additional guardian contact so that we can get in contact with someone in an emergency situation. Please list all of your emergency contacts here in case your guardian is unable to be called. We will need your physician's name, phone number, and address, and whether or not your child qualifies for Medicaid or our kids. Finally, please list the last school that your child attended with an address and let us know the information regarding if your child was expelled or had been retained. These requirements are all part of the Arkansas State Health laws and must be needed to enter school. On the back of the enrollment form, you will be asked if you would allow your child to be paddled. You will mark, yes, paddling is acceptable, or no, do not paddle my child. We then ask you to list any names of brothers or sisters that are presently living in the home, whether they are in the public school system or living at home with you. And finally, we must have a parent's signature and a date in this location. Continuing with our registration forms for Searcy Public Schools, we are very careful to make sure that your child is being protected under the Child Internet Protection Act, or CIPA, and we want to make sure that you are aware that you are filling out the correct forms for your child to be using the Searcy Public Schools network. You will find the Searcy Special School District User Agreement for Internet and Other Electronic Resources. This form allows us to have our students log into the network and be monitored by our service filter, to remove a user from the account, to monitor the use of your child's online activity while at school, to provide internal and external controls as appropriate by the Technology Department at Searcy Public Schools, to provide guidelines and make reasonable efforts to train all students and staff in acceptable use and policy of governing online communications. You will find on this form all user responsibilities and acceptable use, as well as a disclaimer that states the Searcy Special School District cannot be held accountable for the information that is retrieved via the network. We do utilize the Electronic Communications Privacy Act of 1986, and the Searcy Special School District will not be responsible for any damages you may suffer, including loss of data, non-deliveries, or service interruptions due to your own negligence. We make no warranties with respect to the content of any advice or information received by the user, and we reserve the right to change our policies at any time. Violations of this policy of your student will result in computer loss of privileges. We ask that you have your child print the username and sign it with a date, and as the parent or guardian, you sign with your printed name, signature, and date. Again, that is the agreement for the internet and electronic devices that we use at Searcy Public Schools. Here at Searcy Public Schools, we are a Google Suite school. You will need to provide information for us that is a parent permission form that your child is able to have an email address through Google Suites. You will say, yes, I agree that my child may have a Google account. You may mark, my child may have a Google account with no email address, or you may say that your child may not have a Google Suite for Education account. You will only need to mark these two if you want to put prohibits on your child's Google Education. We ask for the student's full name, grade level and campus, the student's signature and date, and the parent or guardian signature and date. Searcy Public Schools has a health program with nurses on every site at each campus. We do ask that our students fill out the Searcy Public Schools Health History form. Please complete both sides of the form with your child's name, first, middle, and last, birth date, grade level, and what school year. We will ask for your home phone, if it applies, a cell phone, and your address. Please list the people who need to be contacted other than the parent or guardian if your child becomes ill. We will need that name, relation, home phone number, and cell phone number. Please fill out whether your child may or may not be given medication at school, and whether you have private insurance, kids, or no insurance at all. List your name, your child's name, the name of the third party, which would be your medical provider or insurance company. Sign it, print it, and give the date. Additionally, if your child has any health concerns, please fill out yes or no for ADD, ADHD, asthma, allergic reaction, bone or joint problems, depression, diabetes, ear problems, heart problems, hypertension, frequent headaches or migraines, seizure disorders, vision problems, or other health concerns. The Arkansas Department of Education requires that we give out a home language survey. We need to know your child's name, grade, date of submission, the school, gender, and date of birth. We will need your name and a signature as the parent or guardian. You will need to answer the questions. All parents have the right to information about their child's education in a language they understand. We are asking you if you would prefer to have written communication or with school staff when speaking. We need to know your language that is spoken in your home, your child's first language. What language does your child use most often at home? And what language does your family speak most often at home? What language does your child speak most often with each other at home? We will need to know where your child was born and the date that your child first attended kindergarten. Our housing form gives us information on where your child is enrolled in school. Please list the name of your child with all children in the family, birth through age 21, the school where your child attends, age, grade level, and date of birth. We need parent or guardian name, address, and zip code, and whether your placement at your home is temporary or permanent. Do you live in a house or an apartment? Do you live in a motel, car, or campsite? Do you have shelter or other temporary housing? Or do you live with family or friends? If you live in shared housing, we would ask that you check all of the following reasons that apply. And if you are a student under the age of 18 and living apart from your parents, please check yes or no. Finally, we ask that the signature of the parent or guardian or the unattached youth be signed, as we would provide McKinney-Vento information for any of the students who do not have permanent housing. Our next form is our agricultural survey. If you or your spouse have a job that is temporary and you work in a meat processing plant, as a farmer, a cotton gin, timber worker, fruit harvesting, fish farms, granary, seed companies, fertilizer and chemical farm, plant or tree nurseries, or you care for livestock, or you grow or pick vegetables for another farmer, we would ask that you fill that out. We need the student's name, date of birth, and grade, as well as information regarding where you live. This must be signed. Even if you are not in temporary housing, you must sign the paperwork. Our final form at this time is media release notification. This form lets us at Searcy Public Schools know if you would allow your child to be photographed for newspaper, yearbooks, fine arts sports programs, if your child may be videoed, if the video would take place on our website or any of our social media sites. We must have your permission with yes, I give my permission, or no, I do not give my permission, with the parent's printed name and signature. Please mark yes or no. At this time, these are all of the registration forms. Again, you may contact the campus where your child is in school for any additional questions. We welcome you to Searcy Public Schools, and we look forward to a wonderful year.